Today's lesson is I can calculate the percent error of a situation. And so first we need to know percent error and how to find that. And to begin, when you're finding percent error of something, you have to first find the error. Error is, first of all, make note of this, always a positive number. Okay, really important. It's always going to be positive. And to make sure that's positive, it's going to be in absolute values. And so to find the error, you just take the absolute value of the actual amount or the exact amount minus your guess or your estimate. We calculate error, percent error, to figure out how close were we to being right of something. So you have to subtract the actual and your estimate. And you put it in absolute values just to make sure it's always going to be a positive number. To find the percent error of something, we take our error from above and we divide it by the actual amount or that exact amount. Now, because we do want a percent, you take that number, it's going to give you a decimal, and so you multiply it by 100, and it's going to be the percent answer you're looking for. Because remember, decimals times 100 is a percent. So really all we're trying to do is figure out how far off was our guess. So in science, you have to measure how far your Matchbox car went. You guessed your car went 30 meters. However, you measured your car actually only went 32.74 meters. And so it's asking us, what was the percent error? So first, remember, we have to find the error. And to find the error, it's going to be the absolute value of the actual minus your guess. So my actual was 32.74 minus my guess of 30. And when I do that, I ended up with 2.74. So this is my error. That's how far off my guess was. Then to find the percent error, I take how far off I was. I was off 2.74 meters. Divide it by the actual. That's where kids mess up. They use the wrong number. It's always the actual amount, which was 32.74. And that's going to give me a decimal. So to change it to a percent, we multiply by 100. So we put that in our calculator. And when I enter that, I end up with 8.36396, so on. But generally we like 1 to 2 decimal places, so I'll do 2 this time. So my error was 8.36%. So I was about 8% off with my guess. Close, but not perfect. Our next question says, last night on the news, the weatherman said the temperature would be 19 degrees. However, today is only 13 degrees. What is his percent error? Remember, guess and actual. This was his guess. This was his actual. So we first find the error. Error is the absolute value of the actual minus my guess. Well, 13 minus 19 is 6. There's a difference of 6 there, and it's always going to be positive, so I was 6 off. I was 6 degrees off. To find that percent error, we take how far off I was, divide it by the actual. Notice the actual was 13, not 19. That would give me a decimal. We wanted a percent, so we multiply it by 100 to make sure we get a percent. So we throw that in our calculators to get our answer. And when you solve, you see that he was 46.15% off. So his guess was not very accurate. And our last problem today says that Alex expected to get $55 for his birthday because he wanted to use the money to buy a new set of headphones. However, he ended up getting $78 for his birthday. What was his percent error? So remember, first we have to figure out what is his error. How far off was he? It's the absolute value of the actual minus his guess. This was our actual, this was my guess. So I have 78 minus 55. It's an absolute value, so we always get a positive. And he was $23 off. So to find the percent error, we take my guess, I was 23 off, divide it by the actual, and then because that's going to be a decimal, we multiply 100 to make sure we get a percent answer. And when we calculate that, we end up with 29.49%. So he was about 30% off with his guess.